The twin flame union is supposed to be a very, very powerful union. And when I first learned about this, I thought, okay, well, twin flames obviously are supposed to be like together. They're like the lovers. They're supposed to like really add value to one another's lives, and they create like the reality of their dreams, right? Like that's literally what I thought twin flames were. But guys, it's like the exact opposite. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. My name is Andrea Johnson. I'm a spiritual teacher and a coach. Welcome to the Good Vibe Tribe. Welcome to another episode of Conscious Coffee Talks, where we discuss a topic to expand our consciousness and improve our lives. So with that being said, I've got me a cup of coffee and let's dive in. Okay guys, so today's topic I'm actually really excited about because this was a topic that really confused me when I first started my energy work / spiritual journey, and that is the topic of twin flames. Now, in this video, we are gonna go over what exactly creates a twin flame, what twin flames are, and the signs to look for whenever you do run into a twin flame. Now, my concept of a twin flame has evolved over the years as I've learned more about what energy is and what we are. So stay tuned for the whole video because I think this will shift a lot of your guys' perception on what a twin flame is. So guys, to start, let's lay some foundation just like we always do. Let's talk about how everything in our universe is made up of energy, just in case you have forgotten. This is essentially what creates a twin flame, is our soul. Essentially, our soul is the energy, the life force energy that creates our universe, right? But the soul literally is everything. Everybody is the same soul, essentially. And what makes up the soul is, like I said, the energy, and energy is just information. If you want to think of it like the akashic records, our entire universe is just this information of past experiences, frequencies, thoughts, and memories, basically, just in this field of energy, if you want to call it the quantum realm, the astral realm, the real world, the akashic records. It is just basically a field of information and infinite possibilities to create. So you being the creator gets to decide with your conscious thought what energies spin in the body and what energies leave the body. And this is difficult for us just because of how our human mind is wired. Is when we keep thoughts on repeat or we experience things, the body is just designed to harness it, and neuroplasticity pathways are formed in the brain. We form habits out of thoughts that we keep on repeat, which become our beliefs, and it becomes our identity. Now, if you want to talk past lives in this as well too, guys, you can kind of see where multiple people have memories or, say that they lived as Cleopatra, and they really did, because the information that they are pulling from the field was that of a previous life that she experienced, or that the consciousness that is us experienced in that body, right? So whenever she went to the spiritual realm, that information is stored there forever, for all eternity, right? So we can access that and bring forth that energy into the body to use it however we would please for this lifetime. So either we can use it to empower us, or we can use it to help assist us with our goals or embody the frequency that Cleopatra was, or we can even burn through some of the karma that she had, whatever that so may be. So essentially too, you can see how we have all lived all the past lives. You just don't remember it because of the veil, and it's for protection, honestly. So you can kind of see how overwhelming that would be to pull in all of that information and experiencing all the past lives in one lifetime. That would not be fun. So let's talk about what makes up a twin flame. So obviously it is the soul that makes up a twin flame, but where I originally learned what twin flames were was that it was a soul that was split. So basically an identical soul, like almost like identical twins, right? So I literally used to imagine that we each had like individual souls, like unique bundles of energy held together by conscious thought, which to a certain extent I think we are. Because the energy that transfers over when we pass this lifetime, it kind of stays together just because of the conscious thought of you still probably think that you are this experience that you're having right now, maybe a little bit of the ego still in. But like energies attract like energies, right? Usually energies that experience past lifetimes together, kind of travel together because of the frequencies are very similar. This is where you can probably picture your soul family. But essentially, you're not like this individual special soul like I had originally thought. And it's basically all one big giant melting pot of energy and information. I would imagine it like this soul would split just like a cell would divide. And that's not necessarily what I believe happens so much anymore. I just believe that like energy attracts like energy. So the experiences that you experienced in previous lifetimes kind of travel together. You will find these energies basically in your current reality. And typically people think that the twin flame has a soul contract. If you know what those are, it's just a pre-planned meeting helping, a person in your reality achieve what it is their soul came to achieve, whatever that soul may be. What happens when twin flames meet? So the twin flame union is supposed to be a very, very powerful union. And when I first learned about this, I thought, okay, well, twin flames obviously are supposed to be like together. They're like the lovers. They're supposed to like really add value to one another's lives, and they create like the reality of their dreams, right? Like that's literally what I thought twin flames were. But guys, it's like the exact opposite. What actually happens is what you consider to be your twin flame is just the energy that you are spinning in your body. You sense it in somebody else's body as well too, or their aura or energy field. You're sensing those same wounds that you have in somebody else. When you come across somebody that you consider your twin flame, it feels like you've known this person forever. It feels like an instant attraction, and the attraction feels like, you really like this person and you don't know why. Or it could feel like lust or excitement. Something draws them to you and you probably can't really pinpoint it. So most of the time people are like, well, that's my twin flame. And it really becomes like, they're on your mind all the time. It becomes almost like you need this person in your life. Otherwise, it's almost like you miss a part of yourself, is the best way that I can describe it. So essentially what draws you to your twin flame, because like energy attracts like energy from law of attraction, these unhealed wounds in yourself, the twin flame union is meant to heal those, meaning eventually what attracted you to this person in the first place is going to eventually trigger you down the line. So this is why a twin flame union is very powerful, because it's going to teach you a lot of life lessons. It's going to evolve your soul quicker, because you will both probably be triggering one another. But at the same time, there is a deep passion and love involved too, and excitement and lust. But over time, what happens is one person from the twin flame ends up healing that wound aspect of themselves while the other hasn't. So then that love dissipates, that excitement goes away, and then they actually start resenting that person. So at first, the trigger does not present itself. When it does, it is when one person out of the twin flame heals that wound that initially attracted them in the first place. They have healed themselves, they've raised their frequency, and as we know, like frequency attracts like frequency. So then they're going to start to fall out of vibration. So then they're not going to be as magnetic anymore, and the person who has healed that aspect of themselves will start to become triggered by that other wound in the person. Now, you can think of this as different ways in which it can teach you a lesson. One can be the lesson of unconditional love, whereas you have healed this aspect or this wound in yourself. You hold love for the other person until they can heal that wound within themselves, if so they ever do, right? So it's the test of unconditional love. You can see it as a test of boundaries, where do you love yourself enough to know that you deserve better, or that you don't want to experience this trigger anymore, and you know that it is not good for your health or your mental well-being or your life. It's no longer in resonance with you, and so therefore you draw a healthy boundary, either creating distance between the twin flame or cutting the relationship or, you know, the energetic cord altogether. You can look at it as either way, and it will be a constant test for you also of if you've truly overcome that wound. So it will trigger you, and you can either fall back into the wound with the twin flame, or, like I said, draw a healthy boundary, or see unconditional love in this situation. And then you will not feel that trigger. So it can also be viewed as invoking judgment on yourself. Like we know, guys, our environment and therefore our relationships serve as mirrors for us. When we are triggered by somebody else, that is something that we are judging ourselves on. So that is where you draw the healthy boundary too. Even though you have healed this wound, you are still not to the level of seeing unconditional love, or, like what I like to say, seeing things through the eyes of God, basically being an ascended master like Jesus. This is where the universe tests you. It is unavoidable to not meet your twin flame, because you are going to run across those same frequencies as what you hold in your wounds. That is just how the universe is designed, and it is designed for this specific reason, so we can transcend the energy, so that we can learn more about ourselves and that we can gain wisdom from our experience. And the relationship between the twin flame really shows us who we are as a person. Do you draw boundaries? Do you see everything through the eyes of love and practice unconditional love? Or do you stay in the relationship constantly triggered and battling that re-invoking feeling of the resistance that you feel towards this person, and then therefore eventually holding resentment down the line, which can cause a whole lot of health issues and just problems in your reality? Or do you fall back in the cycle? Ultimately, the decision is yours, because you are the creator and get to decide how you would like to spend your reality. No option is wrong. They just are. You just have levels of perception shifts and vibration that's going to come along with each thought process and action that you take. It's just whatever you want to experience. So you can see that if you can get a twin flame couple to evolve together and learn from one another and still hold compassion and space for each other through the different phases of their lives, and understand that each one of you are learning and you each have traumas and triggers that you're processing, it can be a very powerful combination of energy, because you are going to be constantly learning and evolving throughout your entire life. Not to say that it's going to be easy. If you know how the universe works, it likes to throw challenges at you to test you, to then evolve you, if you want to kind of look at it like that, or everything happening for you. But I really truly think that a true spiritual journey requires the faith and the challenge and the determination and the trust in yourself to make things better, or to have faith that things are going to get better, or that things that happen for a reason. You know, like all of these ideas and perceptions and concepts really do make up a spiritual journey. It requires a lot of strength. We'll talk a little bit more about the soulmate. I do think that these things are different. Whenever you meet your soulmate, you will feel more at peace in your body. You won't feel the anxiousness. There probably won't be a lot of excitement behind it. And this is kind of where I think relationships, or the most successful ones, just sort of happen by coincidence, or like you're not really expecting it to turn into a relationship, because you're not having those wounds that causes the lust, the excitement, the draw to that person. So it just kind of happens naturally and peacefully, and your body will feel a sense of calmness and sense of home with this person, instead of the anxiousness or the high vibration energy that a twin flame can cause. So hopefully this made sense, guys. This topic is actually kind of complex to talk about and explain, just with how the energy works and what we are and what a twin flame really is. And you can have several twin flames throughout your entire experience as, you know, the ego that you are right now. because when you change your energy, yes, you will be changing your ego and vibration. So therefore, you'll start attracting new twin flames. And you know, the same thing can go with a soulmate. That can change over time too. As you can kind of see, the body is really just a vessel that harnesses energy by the power of your intention, your conscious thought. So when you decide to change that frequency or the idea that is you, then your reality around you changes, and that includes people and relationships, because like frequency attracts like frequency. And when you change it, you'll end up getting new people into your life, and you'll end up having people leave your life for good or bad, or whatever you want to determine what it is for you. Kind of neat, kind of scary, but at least you're aware. And knowing is half the battle. Knowledge is power, guys. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I love making these videos, guys. It brings me so much joy and helps me fulfill my soul's purpose. Sending you all my light and all my love. We'll see ya.